Hi, welcome to this episode of The Daily. My name is Brendan Malone. Well, today I want to read to you a Facebook status that a friend of mine posted a couple of days ago because it makes a really, really important point. Now, I'm not going to name him because I'm not sure how widely he intended to share this, whether he's got a closed Facebook group or not. And so just in case he hasn't, I'm just going to read the status because it is well worth considering today. Seriously, a guy who pledged allegiance to ISIS murdered a lot of people. My Christian peers, like everyone else, are expressing their shock and sorrow. Meanwhile, loud-mouthed, self-styled progressives are using this tragedy, using these murder victims and their loved ones, using their suffering to attack my community, to tell us what we need to believe about gender and sexuality, telling us that we did this, stirring up hate and mistrust against us. What's wrong with some people? Is there nothing you won't use as a weapon? Is nothing sacred to you? Can you actually not just mourn this evil without trying to calculate a way to have a go at people who are different from you? I think my friend has made a very, very important point about the propaganda attacks that are being carried out by people who are utilising this tragedy, this horrific tragedy in Orlando, as a stick against their ideological enemies. And they're not even their ideological enemies. They're people who simply disagree with them. And so that last statement my friend makes about people who are different from you, I would change that and I would say people who just have different views from you. Because what Orlando should have brought into stark focus for us is the fact that for the last couple of decades, we have bought into a lie. And that lie is that people who strongly disagree with you, who resolutely hold different views to you on sexual ethics, are hateful people and are people who are committing acts of violence. We've heard this time and time again. This is the rhetoric that has been used against the Christian community for holding views about sexual ethics that are merely different to people from the homosexual community. Yet what Orlando shows us is that this rhetoric was nothing but a baseless lie. Because refusing to bake a wedding cake for a same-sex wedding is not hate and it is not an act of violence. But walking into a crowded nightclub and killing innocent people genuinely is an act of violence and genuinely is hateful. There's nothing wrong with resolutely held differences of belief. There's nothing wrong at all with that. There is nothing wrong with having strongly held divergent views on important issues. The problem comes when we start vilifying the right to have strongly held divergent views, when we start attacking people and undermining them and using all sorts of vile insults against them, labeling them as hateful, as violent, as threats, simply based on the fact that we don't believe they should have the right to resolutely hold divergent views and opinions to our own. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow on The Daily.